Hi, this is Bala. Today we are going to see how to install multiple PHP version as well as how to run uh, all those versions parallelly in Ubuntu machine with Apache 2, okay, Apache Web Server, and as well as I will give you that details of commands details of commands and in this video's description area, and if anything extra you need that, please mention it in comment sections. Okay, fine. Comment sections. Okay, now I'm going to be, first of all I have to enable copy paste commands. Okay, so I can go to settings, I can go to advanced, I can see that shared clipboard, that host to something bi-directional. Okay, both the side I can copy and paste it. I mean, this is a virtual box version. So in my system to system OS, okay, primary OS to, I can copy to this particular Ubuntu, as well as I want to copy and paste it back to so my main version of Windows, actually, that which in which only we have installed what that this virtual box is running inside that. So now what I'm going to, I have enabled that. Let me copy and paste the commands in this. The initial command is that how to get that software list, actually PHP software list. Give a password for the first time. Okay, so everything is the repository is already ready. I mean, check all the items for this. Okay, this is how to get all the PHP versions. Get the repository from that to install it. Just give the enter for this. It's already came. So as I said that we need to make sure that before going to install any software, I have to make sure to update your system. Be updated your system. That how to do it, like this one, this command, actually, as I said that since we have done all the updates, I think there's no more updates in these things. That's fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two versions. One is at 7.2 or 5.6 or okay, so we can go for the lower version. Okay, so this is a command to get install. Okay, so I'm going to be expand this. So I'll give you the commands in my description area. So I'm going to install PHP version. Since there is no Apache web server in our system, automatically it will install while installing a first version of PHP. So that's it's installing here. The Apache 2 is installing right now, as well as it will install 5.6 as well. Okay. So another one application, I mean another one PHP version is I'm also installed that another version 7.4. So both versions I'm going to be installed here right now. Let's see that it is installing like some common PHP, PHP's libraries, extensions. Okay, you can say that it's an extension. Okay, 5.6 already installed. You can see that you can check that PHP-B. So it's already 5.6 installed. Now I'm going to install 7.4. The same command, only difference is that 7.4 will be going to change it or replace with the 5.6 is replaced with the 7.4. It's almost done. Okay, that's great. And let me say check that what is the version is installed here actually. PHP hyphen P. So 7.4 right now. Is before that it's installed 5.6. Before that it's installed 5.6. Now I want to say I want to change. There is one more command to change or list out all the versions which are installed in our Ubuntu system. You can see this. This is the command sudo update alternatives hyphen config php. Okay, there are two versions has been installed, and this star is mentioned that what is the current version is using in your terminal actually. If you want to change that version into 5.6, you can use like a number you can mention. For example, 1. Okay, 1 if it is going to say that alternative has been changed. Now if you are going to check like a PHP, it will work with 5.6. Now if you are going to change that into 7.4, you have to use like a what? It's a 2. Okay, it's a 2. It's for that. That's it. So now you can see the version PHP version is 7.4. Simple. Okay, this alternative command, okay, config for command, it will help to switch to any PHP version. That's very simple. Okay, that is fine. And further, next what we are going to do is we have to install, we have to run this particular command actually to enable. Okay, to enable proxy for this proxy, and then if you want to restore that, you can restore it. But before that, sudo you have to use it because this command has to run under sudo. Okay, fine. So same things that now what we are going to do is, so first of all, what I'm okay. So we'll looking back actually. So what I'm planning to do is I wanted to create a I want to create a folders. Okay, I want to create a folders. I want to create a folders in our www folder. So where folder and www. Here I want to create a separate folder for PHP, or you can keep a single folder for PHP versions, or you can give it like the same folder for this also. That's not a problem. Okay. So only thing what we are going to do is to change that URL. Okay, to change the URL to run either 5.6 or 7.4. Simple. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so here there's no permission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be use like something. Okay, 5.6 is something local. Password I'm going to give. So it's created right now. The second for 7.4 I'm going to create a separate folder, or I can use the same folder also. That's not a problem. So I want to keep that, to make sure that all the applications are putting inside this localhost, I mean 5.6 folder. It refers that all the project which is working in 5.6 is going to put it in our PHP 5.6, that local. If it is 7.4, I can going to put it in the 7.4. So later we can change it in a separate single folder. Okay, that's not a problem. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to give a permission first. Okay, sudo chmod -r 777. So php 56. Okay, the same thing that I can go into 74. Also, I'm going to give it that. Simple. Okay, fine. So that's done. And what I'm going to do is that we need to make sure that this particular owner, okay, we need to make sure that the owner has to give it for this condition. Okay, owner has to be changed. Owner for this particular folder has to be changed like this, the same way that you have to give it for your 7.4. Okay, fine. If the owner has been changed, you can give it a ls -l. You can see this owner is www data. Okay, so previously it was the root actually. So one is a www data, and then modified also the something like here is it. Okay. So as I said that we have to change it. The permissions already I have given. The same things that we can make sure that is everything is because already green. Okay. So the full permissions here. Okay. That is very simple. And after that, what we are going to do? Just we need to create one file to make sure whether it is working or not. Okay. So here there is one more options we are going to do it. Okay, fine. When in your Windows or previous version of Linux, if there is something like a right click, there is like a create new document, something like that. It's not here. So what are we supposed to do is very simple. Just take a notepad. Okay, so we'll have like a document creation in a menu. We need to give it like this. For example, if there is any issue, you can see that something like we can just save it. Save it inside your home folder. There is a template folder. So I can say something like name like a php.php file, something like that, or blank.php. You can give that blank php.php file. Okay, so that is done. Control new. So I'm going to give like a normal text files or actually simple text files. So I can say that templates folder. I can give like a text file. Okay, blank dot blank.txt. Okay, if you want to give like a blank.php txt, you can give that thing. So this is a blank file. Okay, so you can create like any number of files. Then if you are going to right click that, you can see this new document. So if I want to use like a blank file, you can give like a rename it some info.php info file. So I'm going to use like a open that. Here I'm going to give like a php info, save it. So same things that I'm going to use like copy. I'm going to put it in our this one. Okay, so both the folder having like info.php file, simple. Okay, fine. Here what I'm going to do next what we are going to do is this file we need to run. Okay, so why I have given like this particular name, so it will be right like a, you can give like any name actually for this. So now why I have given like this, to make sure php 56. Okay, same that's a folder also, it will be like a php 56.local. Okay, since Apache is already installed, automatically this one is working. So since it is not configured, http :/php 56.local. It's not a configured here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we have to configure that all the details. Okay, fine. So initially now I'm going to create one config file for 5.6. Okay, very simple. So I'm going to run that one command. Okay, so 5.6, and there is a settings for the 5.6 for this. Okay, so I'm going to give this thing. So these details will be there in my command sections. Okay, you can find it. So I'm going to save it here. It's simple. 5.6 is that you can give like all the locations of 5.6, and then this handler, site handler has to be PHP 5.6. Okay, simple. Okay, wherever it is like a 5.6, it is correct. Okay, so you have to change it that particular locations. Okay, that is fine, and I'll close it. Fine. The same way that what I'm going to do is I'm going to be do it for 7.4. So same thing as local. We are going to create a site. Okay, so we are going to create a site configuration. I'm going to use this. So here I'm going to use it like 7.4's details here. The same code you can if you want to use the same code also, that's fine. Or you can use it like a this location default. Okay, so 7.0 I have used here. Control for copy, Control H, 7.0 into 7.4. Okay, replace all. And same with that, there is something like a 7.0 is there here, so I can go to here like a 4. That's how we are changing into setting up your PHP version handler for these things. Okay, simple. So I'll give that code into things. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to close it. That's it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we need to enable it. Okay, so before that what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to use like checking this. So there's no errors right now. Okay, fine. So we need to enable the sites first. Okay, we need to enable the sites. How we are going to enable it? Actually, simple. PHP 5.6 A2 AEN site. Okay, AEN site is the enable site. So that's also run. Okay, I have run that thing. In the same case, I'm going to give it like a same thing. Okay, 7.4 as well. That fine. So now I'm going to be restart your Apache. Same code for this, and that's it. Okay, so now if you are going to run this, it is not going to be work still. Okay, because this particular URL has to be registered in your host file. Okay, so what I'm going to do that actually sudo gedit slash etc slash host. Sorry, it's a host file. Host. Okay, so I'm going to give it like a host. So you can see this, all the configuration locations are mentioned here. So I'm going to say that 127.0.0.2, that is going to be linked with PHP 5.6 local. Okay, fine. So you can give any address, something like a similar to like this. Okay, simple. I'm going to give like a 3. I'm going to use like a this one to here 5.6.7.4. Okay, it's a 7.4. That's it. Okay, very simple. So now if I'm going to run this particular URL, just look at now, it's running that info file. Okay, the same way that if I'm going to run php 54.local, sorry, 74.local, just look at this, http php 74.local, enter. So now you can see this is running in this particular file, and then this one is pointing into the folder called PHP, something like that. So very simple that what you can do, as I said earlier, I can say that I can create one particular folder, okay, folder or file for this. Okay, I'm going to say that. So I'm going to rename it. I'm going to give test.php file, test 5.6, right? Okay, you can say the 5.6.php. So I can say that there is a file, there's a question mark PHP echo, this is 5.6 PHP 5.6. Okay, that's a test.php. Same thing, I'm going to put it in our 7.4 location. So I'm going to use like a 7.4 7.4. Okay, so here I'm going to open that file. I'm going to say that there is a message, I'm going to change it into 7.4. Okay, 7.4, so that I want to make sure that it is working. Okay, 7.4, the file name is inside here, 7.4, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to give that php 5.6.php. So it's going to that file not found because permission is not there. So ls -l, so there is no execute permission for this. So what I'm going to do, sudo chmod 777 for example to execute all the people, test 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now you can see this 5.6. Okay, so same case that I have to change it into 5.6 also. So I'm going to say /php 56.local slash 56.php 56.php. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to refresh it. Okay, so I'm going to there. Okay, PHP file is actually test.php, right? Test56.php. Test56. This is working actually. Okay, then 7.4, I'm going to say that 7.4 7.4 folder inside. So you can see this file is inside your 7.4 for this. So you can see the 7.4. So it is working here. Fine. Okay. This is how we can install that in folders wise is like that, or you can give it like this particular if you wanted to, if you wish to keep that single folder and then different location for this, what you can do, that very simple. You can change, you can change these particular things here. Okay, so here you are given the root folder directory, right? So instead of giving this particular, you can give it like a common folder for this. So when you are going to be execute, when you are going to run this URL through like a PHP 56.local, it will automatically point it into this particular folder, and 7.4 local will going to be pointed into this particular location. Okay, simple. Or if you are changing into this particular things into HTML or common folder, automatically both will be going to point it into this particular location for this. Okay, that's it. This is how we are going to run these applications. Okay, it's a very simple way, and I hope it will help for running both applications, I mean both version of PHP in parallel. Okay, parallel way for this. Okay, very simple for this. Okay, and as I said that, if you want to keep that location to HTML folder, single folder for this. Okay, so that's also can be possible. As I said that, how to change it. Okay, here as I said that, for example, if I'm going to make it to HTML folder, okay, I'm going to give it in the HTML folder itself. So before that, I'm going to give a permission for this sudo chmod -r 777 dot slash. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, fine. The same way, whatever we did it, we did for this location details, actually we can do that same things here. Okay, the permission also we have to give. Okay, permission also we have to give, and this mode also has to be changed it. So I have to say that HTML. Okay, changed that one. And as I said that, we need to change that site details, that location would be like a HTML folder. Okay, let's change it into HTML folder. Okay, fine. And then is there anything else to be changed? No. The location will be like a home, error log will be like a Apache log directory, and the location will be like the root location will be like a HTML folder. Okay, fine. Okay, now I'm going to do like the same thing for 7.4 as well. 7.4 also I'm going to change it. 7.4 I have to change it into HTML folder. Suppose if you want to keep all the files, I mean all the project files in single folder, you can do this same thing. Okay, so HTML folder. So now what will happen, actually all the files will be going to look into this particular location. Okay, it's not going to look it into separate folder for this. Fine. Okay, fine. I'm going to close it. So now I'm going to restart your Apache. I'm going to reload it. Fine, no problem. Now if I'm going to be run this particular 7.4.local, you can see it is going to the same folder. Okay, for the Apache folder, because we have given like this particular HTML location, actually then 5.6. okay, you can see that 5.6. so you can see that now both are working in this particular thing same. So as I said that, if I'm going to keep that info file, I'll tell you that how it's working. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, that I'm going to use like this one, info.php. okay, so you can see now 5.6 local, it is working with info, something like this. If suppose I'm going to change it into same file, which is I'm going to change it to 74.local, you can see this. So this URL has to be changed, and files can be there in location, single location itself. So it is going to be work on this particular details. Okay, simple. Okay, fine. I hope it is really helpful to run multiple applications in your Apache, I mean in your Ubuntu, and it will help you to make sure parallel running of PHP things. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. And if any comments or any details, if you need or confusions, please let us know in the comment section. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.